Guys, what's going on? Hopefully everyone's doing well. This is our Wednesday, April 29th, 11 a.m. live stream. I've been hustling behind the scenes for you guys, uploading new Stats Don't Lie videos. Yesterday, I uploaded my breakdown analysis and prediction of Naoya Inoue versus Junto Nakatani. Just now on the channel, I uploaded David Benavidez versus Zurdo Ramirez. That's under the Stats Don't Lie playlist, fight prediction playlist. So check those out. Once you watch those, just like those videos for me. And also, if you can, comment down below and let me know who you like, because the last thing we ever want to do is create an echo chamber. Also, if you're not following me on Instagram, do it. We've been doing a lot of interactive fighter polls. Just search Johnny Stofko on Instagram. Give me a follow. And if you want me to follow you back, just message me and just say, hey, Johnny, it's so-and-so from the YouTube Lives. I'll follow you back. And it's another way for you guys to keep in contact with me. Busy month. April was packed. The whole year's been crazy, which has been excellent for us. It's really turning up. Starting today, there's fights that go down in about, the first fight starts in about, I think, 5 hours. So if you haven't joined our Johnny Says Boxing VIP Discord, if you're not a JSB insider, if you're not in our Patreon, it's a couple bucks a month. Click that link that's pinned in the comment section below. You get all my bets, all my tips, insider information. More importantly, you become a VIP member of our community. So we're approaching 500 JSB insiders. We started it in August, so not even a year in, and we're almost at 500 VIPs. It is a healthy, ongoing conversation with a bunch of sharps. It's not just boxing, it's MMA, all professional sports. The NBA playoffs are popping in there, the NHL. So it's a good place to be. It's a fun spot. We've done a really good job creating a healthy betting environment, which is kind of I think it's a rare thing in this day and age of online betting. And especially with combat sports, you find a lot of trolls, you find a lot of haters. We have moderators in that Discord, and the JSB insiders could attest to this. It is a healthy conversation. You don't, and the best part about it is we don't agree. And these are my favorite fight weeks because shout out to everybody who's been taking part in these debates in there. Barry Unboxing, Skills, Gorilla, the list goes on and on, to where, you know, we got a big fight of contention is Jaime Munguia versus Armando Resendez. Back and forth, people dropping stats, people dropping their perspectives on why they think said fighter should win. And the best part about the Discord, I mean, there's so many valuable assets. I think Skills put it perfectly yesterday. He said, use the Discord as a tool. So nobody is trying to sell you on their picks. Everybody is trying to riff off of each other and trying to figure out, all right, where is the lean, where is the edge? And that Discord is an edge. I mean, look at our results week in and week out. The edge of our consistent winning. Um, and I'd like to see another group who wins as consistent as us. You know, nobody wins 100% of the time, but when you look at the receipts dating all the way back to August, you know, the results speak for themselves. So that Munguia-Resendez fight is a point of contention. How will the Benavidez versus Zurdo fight end? How will the Junto Nakatani versus Naoya Inoue fight end? Join the squad. That's all I could say. There is a fight now, guys. You could there is a fight that I put it in our Discord, and dude, you're the one who left our Discord, Breaking Bad, man. We miss you in there, big dog. We need you back. You would know the answer to this. So I woke up this morning, and I'll pull the odds up. So Nick is referring to. I gave away a free game bet. I gave away a free game bet. I do these free game bets a couple times a week if I feel like it's either late action or insider information. I woke up this morning. One of my boys is a videographer for Fight Hype Australia. So all those Fight Hype interviews, he does work with Noonan Boy. And I'm going to keep him anonymous. He's my guy. Not the same guy as last week, though. Last week, one of my guys is an actual fighter, and or 2 weeks ago, he gave us a read on an Australian domestic card, and the read was way off. He was a fighter, and I told the boys in the Discord, my worst reads of the year have always been taking advice from my buddies who are fighters. So this is a different guy. So I wake up, he's like, bro, he's like, dude, this guy is going to win. Sent me some reasons why. This morning, it was at 12 to 1. It was at 12 to 1. and now it's at 6-1. So I do have action. I'm taking Asako at plus 550. I know some of the boys got him at plus 1200. Rumor on the street is his opponent Ball. His opponent Ball is a 3-0 pro. JC Bolt, 3-0 pro, decent amateur record. But rumor around the rumor mill is that he's not a dog. And Asako has a less than 500 record, but Asako knocked out Jake Wiley less than 2.5 years ago. I shared it publicly on YouTube. I shared it publicly on Patreon that I'm taking the plus 550. I didn't go full boy. I didn't put 1,000 on it, but I got action. And it, you know what? And it makes for a fight that wasn't even on my radar. I went to bed last night and didn't even know this fight was going down. I see my boy who works for Fight Hype with 2 or 3 messages. I was like, all right, I'm going to tail it. And I told him, I was like, if I tail it, or if it hits, I'm going to give you all the credit. And if it doesn't hit, it's all on me. So this is one of those bets. The plus 550 is one of those dog bets that I got insider information on, that it's worth the value or entertainment play. Don't break the bank over it. But I mean, that's that. I do like Sky Nicholson tonight on points. I have Sky on a parlay. If you're in, guys, check all the VIPs here. Check your Patreon and check the member section. You should have 4 tickets. I posted today. Let's see the tickets we have live. So these are for all the insiders. There's 5. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 tickets that are live. Okay, just to give everyone a recap, if you're a VIP, you should check your Patreon or the YouTube member section. Our long quarter parlay is still live. We started that a month ago. Well, we started that 2 weeks ago with Alicia Bumgardner. And that started with Alicia Bumgardner. That ends with Abdullah Mason. Inoue and Benavidez are on that ticket. So that pays plus 492. You guys should have my dog of the week at plus 145, which is down to plus 110. I also gave you guys my moneyline quad, which is paying plus 155. And if you guys are new to the game, every ticket that I give you, it's money from it. You actually see my tickets, and they're always plus money. I'll never give you like a 5-leg moneyline parlay that pays 67%. If you want that, DM me. So I experimented with that a couple weeks ago. It didn't work too well. Because I know we have a small percentage of guys who bet like $10,000 a bet, and they like these sort of like 50%, low odds, low sort of risk in terms of losing, but high risk in terms of investment. Not really. So if you're one of those bettors, just message me. The bets you're getting from me publicly and the VIPs, these are all value. These are all plus money bets. You guys have my prop of the week at plus 103. I just gave you a public dog plus 550. And then an hour ago, I posted one of my favorite tickets so far is a plus 357. It's a triple. It's 3-fight parlay. All 3 fights need to, the winner needs to win on points. I like it. I'm excited. I wasn't excited. I hit 3 out of 7 last week, 3 out of 6. I wasn't excited about any of those tickets. Last week was not a good, just didn't have a lot of good fights. Even the week, the week before, 5 out of 7, 3 weeks before that, 7 out of 8. This 3-leg triple, I'm excited about. I think at plus 357, I'm going to go heavy on it. And I did go heavy on it. Granted, all 3 fighters have to win on points, so there is risk there. And not everybody is a method of victory better. We have money line bettors, we have long parlay bettors, we have dog hunters, and we have method of victory bettors, and we have prop bettors. So I try to appease everybody. That's why you guys kind of see the diversity in my tickets. Also, we have MMA bettors. So you guys, it's only Wednesday. I was waiting until the fights tonight end, and then tomorrow I'm going to give you 2 UFC tickets. So shit, we're already at 5, 6 live. You guys are getting at least 2 more tickets, and I still have to give you a long parlay. So stay tuned. Get involved. We got, we're 10 minutes in. We got about 40 people in here. As you're tapping in, let's get the questions going. Let's get like this video. Make sure you watch the Benavidez Zerto breakdown. Make sure you watch the Inoue Junto breakdown. I'm going to be doing next Armando Resendez versus Jaime Munguia breakdown. And we're back to business, baby. Let's go. I'm going to take your questions now. Favizi. Yeah, man, that was given to me. I think I covered that, though, right? Salute. You happen to take a look. I like Chavez. That Jorge Chavez versus Tito Sanchez fight is a 50-50 fight. Jorge Chavez lost me money once, and I didn't get burned twice. That first fight against Gucci Mane, I took Gucci to win it. I thought Gucci lost it. It was a draw. So some markets would have avoided that. My book, a draw is a loss. And then when they had the rematch, I think we got Chavez at plus money. It was crazy, and we hit. And Chavez made us a lot of money that fight. And he started off slow. Gucci Mane started off solid the first round, 2 rounds, and then he just faded. Chavez made an adjustment, and you really got to see a level. But I don't have an official pick on this yet, but it is on my radar. Brandon, what's up, buddy? Boys are tapping in. I see all the insiders here. I see all the VIPs inside the JSB community. We up. Mike Sprinkle knockout prop anyway, and Benny. Yeah, so I do, full transparency, I do have action on anyway by knockout. It's it's going to be a controversial pick because I'm going against one of my favorite fighters. I told you this yesterday, and if you know me, you would know. I'm a bigger fan of Junto than I am anyway in terms of like excitement for like to it's hard to explain. I don't think we choose who we like are drawn to. I mean, Inoue's style, it's one of the most fan-friendly styles you're ever going to see. He's an all-time great. But I think it's my connection with, the Mexican boxing in the western part of the United States that Junto, I know one of Junto's coaches, and I've watched Junto kind of climb, since he was young. But I don't think he beats Inoue. And I don't think he has that I think Inoue just has this edge to him. The speed advantage, the power advantage, the sharpness. I think his determination and back, and I don't know how to measure this. I don't like the way Nakatani's. I don't like how he was questioning himself in his last fight. Go look, watch the in between rounds. There's just a certain look that some fighters give, and some fighters you've never seen give. At that point, I had never seen Junto have that sort of question in between rounds. I don't know. Partially, maybe it's because it was how he was reacting to the swelling, but you're not going to get. I've never seen Inoue question himself. I've never seen Terence Crawford question himself. There's certain things that you look for the longer you watch the sport, and sometimes when you see it, it's hard to forget. Think about how determined Benavidez is. David's fights, and he's fresh on my mind because I just uploaded the breakdown. It would be kind of like if you saw Benavidez in between a round, all of a sudden questioning himself, or like I had never seen that in Junto until I saw that last fight, and I don't think that goes away. And you start questioning yourself or doubting your game plan against Inoue, you're going to be in real trouble unless you just pull an MJ and just get on your bike and run the whole time, and you just try to survive. But because this fight's in the Superdome, because it's an all Japanese iconic slugfest, the biggest fight in Japanese boxing history, I don't expect Junto to back up too much. I like the knockout there. Now the Benavidez knockout, I'm torn on. I don't see the Zurdo Ramirez has never been to the canvas. He's never been stopped. He has one loss back in 2022 against Bivol. Since then, he's won all of his fights. He's a smooth dude. He's slick. He's not going to do anything that screams, "I'm the best in the world. I'm the best puncher. I'm the best footwork. I'm the slickest defensive guy." He doesn't do anything the best, but he knows how to win, man. He actually has better footwork than Benavidez. I don't like Benavidez's footwork, and that's not and obviously that's not a shocking statement. Benavidez, butters his bread with his hand speed, his relentlessness, his pressure, his volume. But you got to be weary, man. Benavidez has never fought at 200 pounds before. It was only 4 fights ago he was weighing in at 168. He was boiling himself down for all those years trying to get that Canelo fight. And we saw and we see continuously when fighters move up, even if they had power at a lighter division, the power a lot of times doesn't carry. And so the power didn't carry from super middle to light heavyweight. I mean, he didn't stop Vazig. He didn't stop Morrell. He did stop Yard in his last fight. So that is, for all you knockout prop hunters, that is on your side. But you think he's going to move up another weight class, another 32 pounds, another 22 pounds, from 3 fights ago, 168 to cruiser, and all of a sudden knock out a big-ass left-handed slick Mexican fighter who's durable as hell, who could take a shot. All of a sudden Benavidez is going to stop him on volume. I don't see it. But that's your play. I'm not trying to talk you out of it. That's just my opinion because I do have Benavidez on points. I would sprinkle a draw on Inoue Junto. Inoue should pull it off, but I'd be betting on him on the money line. I don't think so. See, the more I think about it, the more I break it down. I think that Inoue is gonna put belt to ass. I think this is probably gonna look like. I think this potentially could look like Errol Spence Jr. versus Crawford. Just the disparity of skill. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Junto might. I don't like. I don't like the answers Junto didn't have. I don't like how much he got hit against Logan. He's coming up a weight class. People are from 118 to 122. He only what? How many fights did he take at 18? Two. It wasn't that long ago. He was at 112, right? He came up from 12 to 15. He doesn't have a lot of muscle mass. It's not like he has explosivity power. His power is more on timing and at range. Man, Inoue is still freaking explosive. Inoue is extremely explosive. I was watching him in camp on his Instagram, the videos that his camp was sharing. I think there's going to be a clear gap, and I could see Inoue beating the dog piss out of Junto. Question: Han and Foster Loki scare me? I guess I don't think so. So how could Stephanie Han scare you? You just saw that fight. Stephanie Han beat the dog piss out of Holly Holm, and then Shock Foster just showed you that if not the best, he's at least before Emmanuel Navarrete beat the piss out of. This is another one. I think Inoue versus Junto is going to look like Navarrete versus Nunes. Navarrete, when he beat the dog piss out of Sugar Nunes, if that fight would have never taken place, we would have still been speaking about what Shock looked like against Cool Boy. And that's my point. Foster's showed why he's the best fighter in the world at 130. I don't think Raymond Ford's on that level at all. Raymond Ford has a lot of holes in his game. Shock Foster knows who he is, knows his style. He is peaked. That version of him at 130, man, you put him against anybody at he wants fights at 135. Shock Foster's a handful to deal with. I think he's gonna show levels against. I think he beats Savage easily. The Australian that works for Fight Hype, you talked about him before. Has he ever given you correct advice? Yeah, of course. No, Fresh. No, I'm just I like taking punishment and abuse. I'm a sucker for pain. I'm a masochist. Of course, dude, bro. That's a funny question though. Johnny, do you think JDM is being? Oh yeah, I'm taking JD. I'm taking Della Maddalena on the money line. I think I don't think old boy is as tough as people think he is. I got Jack in that fight. Andrew Hunt by knockout. I got Hunt on the money line. Dude. Ben Hussein's tough as nails. I was that close from taking Ben Hussein as my dog. It's a firefight. I'm not taking a method of victory. I have a Hunt in a parlay. I'm not getting sexy with it. I got burned last week. Picking the Tim Tszyu. We hit on the Sam Goodman, but Tim Tszyu not getting the stoppage still left a bad taste in my mouth. So I'm not getting sexy. The only method of victory I'm playing. Look, I'm playing 3 different fights on the Australian card tonight, all on separate tickets. So, guys, if you're new to the betting game, learn strategy. The last thing we ever want to do is load up 5 tickets with Shadesha Green on it. Shout out to Tommy Randone, my boy. He's in Italy right now. Rest in peace to Tommy Randone's 7 parlays that he had Shadesha Green on every single one. We all did. I didn't. I only had her on one. But we learned from our mistakes. So I'm playing 3 different fights tonight in Australia. All 3 are on separate tickets. One of those is Sky Nicholson on points on a method of victory parlay ticket. Another one of those is Andrew Hunt money line on a plus money quad mixed throughout the weekend. And the other one is that plus 550 quarter unit, half unit dog sprinkle on Azako. But man, Ben Hussein is big, dude. Ben Hussein's 6'2". Did you watch the weigh-ins? He's like massive. But I watched Ben Hussein get his jaw broken though. Granted, it was 5 years ago. He got his jaw broken against Benny Mahoney, Benny Money, and watch him learn on the job. There's a fight. Look, Ben Hussein is like your favorite. Like people here love him. He's such a fan-friendly style. He's great on the microphone. He's a freaking dog, dude. He's not that well-rounded. He fights bigger than his boots are. Andrew Hunt is fighting there with something to prove. He's the one who took a couple years off. He looked great. He was an underdog against Munir Fatih, and he knocked Munir Fatih out with a gorgeous hook setup. If you watch that knockout sequence, he's punching with him, punching with him. He had Munir Fatih is a super aggressive puncher. We just saw him fight Vorobiev, and he kind of was making the same mistakes. If Vorobiev had a little bit more power, he could have knocked Fatih out. But the way Andrew Hunt set that knockout up, he saw that Munir was leaning over his front foot, trying to land the big hooks, and Hunt kept angling off in the middle of the ring, and he out-angled him twice. Out-angles him, guard up. Futi throws a punch and misses him. And when Futi re-engages, he out-angles him again. And this time, when Hunt goes here, Futi thinks he's going to catch it. Hunt beats him to the punch and one-punch knockout. It was beautiful setup. Gorgeous trap. So this is what we're talking about with an Andrew Hunt. He's a puncher. He's smart in there. He's technical. It's a good. He's gonna be the smaller guy. It's a fun fight. It's the fight I'm most looking forward to on the card. One of my top 5 fights of the weekend, which is insane. This is crazy. This is how if you guys are new to this channel, we are not casuals. If you want me to talk about whoever your favorite fighter just got out of prison or who he's slipping with, that's not this channel. We are true blue boxing heads who watch film study. We watch all the fights. We break it down, and we take our hard-earned cash, and we consistently make money, living wages off of betting on boxing. But of all the big fights this weekend, top 5 fights for me is Andrew Hunt versus Ben Hussein. So I'm excited about it. There's a head scratcher a couple years ago. He lost to a guy who was 6-8, and he got stopped. So Hussein's mindset has always been, I'm a freaking dog. I'm an animal. I'm a lion. I'm an alpha. I'm gonna out ego you. But all of that is fine and dandy if your skills match that. What we've seen with Hussein is he's catching the skills up to the mentality. Have they caught up enough? I'm saying they haven't. That's why I'm taking Hunt on the money line. What's up, blue collar? What book in the States? I have no idea, Blue. You know I live in Australia. Hey, boys, anybody in America has that Asako fight? All right, so these are the fights. Like, why even give us Terramona? Why even give us that at $1? $100 gets you $1. Go kick. Like, that is, what are we talking about? At least give me a knockout prop. Nope. That's embarrassing. Like, I don't understand what they're just thinking that some poor gambling degenerate is all tweaked out and drunk come fight night, and they're looking for action because the horse races just ended in Rose Hill and they need some fix, and they see a 33 to $1, so they sprinkle 100 on it. Like, why else even have that on the books? Either fighter to be knocked down -235 and Inoue to knock down and win. I like them, Johnny. I have won on that exact prop before, and I think the books have caught on to it. I think Inoue to knock down Junto and win is only at plus 1,000. I hit that against Cardenas, and that was plus 1,500. And I played it every fight since, and obviously it hasn't happened. We've seen it happen twice, though, the Neri fight and the Cardenas fight. So statistically speaking, it can happen. I like that bet. The Bos Christos. Good morning, Johnny. I hope you're well. I hope you're well. Do you watch One Championship by any chance? Have you seen the big Japanese card tonight? I used to watch it all the time when my buddy was the double champ. And we don't get One Championship odds. Let me see. On Sportsbet. So, no. I do see who's there's a kid fighting who had those wars with Rod Tang, the white kid. I think he's fighting. Futures. Yeah, I'm not getting sports bet. My book isn't giving me one championship, and I got boxing tonight. But to answer your question, I haven't checked. John Magana, salute. Guys, we're about 25 minutes in. We're flowing between 50 and 60. Give me a thumbs up if you like the team, if you like the squad. Saturday night UFC is so sick for us Aussies. Yes, a lot of the Aussies are on that card. Guys, tomorrow is Thursday. I'm doing 2 live streams tomorrow. The second live stream tomorrow will be all UFC, so no need to worry. If Breaking Bad is on right now, I'll send him a message. If he's not, I'll see if he wants to jump on as usual for the UFC MMA boys. Either fighter knocked down plus 900. Let's go. Jay, I do like betting the overs that you see a potential to go over. We'll get into it. I'm going to put in my notes. We'll cover that. I'll cover that tomorrow on tomorrow's live stream. So 2 UFC overs. Find 2 UFC overs. So 2 fights to go over 1.5. Yeah, we'll cover that tomorrow. Tenio Ladaji, is that $500 part? Yeah, it is. It is. I didn't even know the fight was going down. I got to be honest with you. I didn't tape it. So like I didn't even know this fight was happening. This is one of those half unit entertainment picks that I'm playing based off of my guy who reached out to me, who works for Fight Hype. He's a videographer. He travels the world with them, filming all the content interviews. And he was like, these odds are way off. So yeah, you don't have to play it. Guys, could everybody please make a note? This fight got canceled 2 weeks ago. So Theo Nite, the one Tay. Is it Theo Nite? Is it Theon Ete? Is it the one Tay? Or is it the Anate? But boys, that fight has been canceled for weeks. If your book still has that fight on it, condemn them. Is Edgington moving down in weight for Conor Walker? It is a factor. I told this story a couple times on the live stream when, first I was in a ring a couple times with Sam Edgington when he came down for a fight in 2021. He was doing his camp. They do all the fight week press stuff at Bondi Boxing Club when I was working with fighters there. And I'm in the ring with him, moving around with some fighters, and he's there shadowing. And I actually have that video's up on my YouTube. I couldn't believe how big he was. I was always a fan of his style. This is a kid who I think he started fighting at 19 because he wanted to be a journeyman. He was like, I'm a young father. I got nothing going for me. Let me take some fights I'll be a journeyman, a 50-50 guy just to make a living off of boxing. And then he goes and wins an IBO world title. He has a win over Paulie Malignaggi. Sam Edgington's a fun guy. Fun style. Very brave. Gets hit a lot. Fucking. But he cut his teeth and, I have friends that are like, why don't you tell people you're 6 feet tall? Because I'm like, I'm not 6 feet tall. I'm about 5'11 and a half. So I tell people I'm 5'11. Usually it's the other way around. Usually I have friends who are 5'9", 5'10". They say they're 6 feet. I'm like, bitch, I'm not 6 feet. I'm an inch and a half taller than you. I say that because I'm in the ring and Sam Edgington's taller than me. I'm like, holy shit, dude. And he was like an inch and a half taller than me. So Sam's like 6'1". And I know he's boiling down to 147. He doesn't have a lot of mass on him. So it's not like he's a muscular guy. He's long and rangy, man. I just got to question where the mind is. I know he's come back. He retired a couple years ago. He gave a little press conference. He talked about, his young kids. He wanted to have all of his faculties in line for to experience his kids growing up, which is a beautiful thing. And then he had a comeback fight a couple years ago, and he's not that old. And so you got to think he's switched on and locked in. Conor Walker has never been the biggest guy. I'm still kind of like, part of me, my heart wants to bet on Sam as the dog. I sent some messages out. I talked to some of the boys in the UK. I got a couple boys still connected in some of the boxing gyms in London. And I'm going to make my play on that fight. And I'm waiting. A lot of my weekend plays are going to happen after tonight, as you can tell. I'm going to see what happens here in Australia, and then I could turn the page and focus more on what's in front. I mean, we got the pro. There's a pro box card. there's a kid that we like. There's a prospect on the Pro Box card that we always win money on. His name is slipping my mind. Fabio, but he's fighting this week, and obviously all the big fights. So I'll get back to you on that. Junto will be the bigger man inside the ring. Let's go, Team Junto! That's how much I've been thinking about the rounds. Junto's skinny, man. I don't think he's skinny, and he's does. There's something about I. I don't know, man. I didn't like what I saw in his last fight, dude. I've never watched an Inoue fight and thought to myself, "Wow, maybe he's not the one." I thought Junto was the one. It worries you because he didn't finish David Picasso or MJ. MJ ran the entire time. Dude, he still won every round. Picasso is gonna. I think a lot has to do with energy in this fight. I'm leaning. Look, I got Inoue on the money line, and I'm doing a prop with Inoue by knockout. And it's just that prop. Me taking the knockout at plus money. There's an instinct that I'm playing here, right? We know about this. What we do with gambling, you sometimes have to do an intuitive play. I'm weighing all of the other variables of the 65,000 plus Japanese fans in the Tokyo Superdome. Inoue's brother on the undercard, Jin Sasaki on the card, all Ioka's fighting, Tanaka, all these. I think we're going to see knockouts, dude. These brave Japanese samurai fighters with the spirit of the samurai in the Superdome. The whole world watching. Dude, I think we're going to see blood. Also, I don't like the swelling on that area, which was only the end of December. January, February, March, April, 16 weeks ago, man. Have you guys ever had scar tissue or swelling? 16 weeks isn't a long time, dude. You know what I mean? Like, you touch that eye up again, boy. That thing could come up here. Pop, 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 pop. I could see Junto drowning. He's questioning himself against Logan. You don't think he's going to have to answer some questions against Inoue? Inoue sees a little bit of fragility. That dude is coming and trying to sink you, dude. I don't know if Junto has the what I question now Junto's. We'll see. Have you been looking at the Tito Sanchez to upset Jorge Chavez? Looking at it. I don't have a pick yet for you though, big dog. Skeezy Perth in the house. What's up, my girl? Any chance you could squeeze me in today? What time? I can do. Morning, keen for the fights tonight. I'm going to the UFC this weekend. Totally forgot. It fell anyway, Nakatani. Aren't the fights Sunday? I think the UFC fights are Sunday. The Japanese fights are Saturday night here in Australia. So I think you're good, Skeezy. Yeah, bro, you're good. Naya anyway fights Nakatani 9:30 p.m. Saturday night here in Sydney, which is 6:30 p.m. in Perth. And then I'm pretty sure the UFC takes place the following day because they always appease the American crowd. Every UFC card I've ever been to in Australia happens on Sunday morning. Sunday morning, rain is falling. No, Saturday. It's a Saturday night card. That's crazy. I wonder why they did this. No shit. Jack's going to be fighting 11 p.m. Saturday night. We have a crazy Saturday night. Oh, I'm taking Jack at plus money against Protest is crazy. I think Jack is going to chin check Protest and stop him. So I like Jack there. Protest is going to give Jack the fight he wants. But we'll get into that more. Sometimes you have to fight the ego. You fight the ego of your opponent. And Prates, proud Brazilian fighter, puts himself in the firefight. Jack's tight boxing. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go. I think Jack stops him. I know y'all talking about fights down the line, so here's one. A thorough Cardenas money line be a hammer spot. What fights are we talking down the line? I know you. What's high interest in the house tapping in? I see you. Appreciate you, brother. Shade Green will be. Bro, we took one, didn't we? We took one. That one's still. That one has replaced. Which I don't know. That one might be the one that hurts the most over the last year or two. I don't know what. You know what? That funny enough, the Caleb Plant once destroyed a massive parlay of mine last year in May when he lost to Toro. Other than that, I think Shade Green is the worst. I didn't see one Lonnie Daniels ticket. I mean, you guys want to get credit, but I didn't see one person saying Auntie Lonnie was going to beat her. And now we can all sit back and be like, well, I knew it. I saw it coming. I seen it. Motherfucker, you ain't seen nothing. I didn't see no one was posting their tickets. Auntie Lonnie just the parlay killer. Y'all asked about Tito Sanchez. That's crazy. Yeah, I think Andrew Hunt gets to knock out easy. I like his work rate. Come on, baby. We've seen time and time again Ray Ford can't fight going backwards. I don't think he'd stand up to Shock all 12 rounds at competitive in Spurs. Yeah, I like Shock easy on points. Can Hunt fight on the inside? I mean, I wouldn't really call Ben Hussein world class on the inside. And look where he landed that hook from. He landed that hook out angling him in the pocket. In the middle of the ring. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful setup. Duarte, who's he's fighting Faro? What do you think Duarte? You think Duarte's going to stop him? I think that has distance on it. Yeah, I can't. Look, I'm riding the Bilal Fawaz train until he loses, boys. He's done Team JSB well, man. We've been eating off of Bilal Fawaz. I think we might have been some of the first early adopters to the Bilal Fawaz hype train. Early days. So the fight to go the distance, the Junaid Boston, Bilal won. Bilal Fawaz money line as the dog, Junaid Boston the second fight. Bilal Fawaz money line against Ishmael Davis plus 275 that fight. And now we're getting him at plus money. He beats Ryan Kelly here. He might be fighting for a world title, which Josh Kelly versus Bilal Fawaz. I'm tuning in. I've heard that was rumored. That's all I'm saying. So I heard that was rumored. Toshio got a chin. I know that. Okay. You guys think Duarte's going to stop Fierro? Get after it. I'm not getting the prop yet. Is there something special about Tanaka that I'm missing? I don't think so. I have Sasaki's my dog of the week, by the way. I sniped him at $1.85. He's down to $1.25 now. He's still a dog. Mosby with the super chat. You guys super chat me. Man, we got love for the squad. Guys, we're 40 minutes in. We got 70 of the boys in here. I'm going to stay on for a while. Can I do 2:30? See you then. I'm multitasking here. You know what? Do I like either fight or knockdown prop? I do, bro. I do, Mosby. Anyway, be knocked out. I do. Am I going to play? I think I would play it. I wouldn't go heavy. We've seen it happen. You Mosby, the thing about why I like that bet is you have evidence of it taking place. You know what I mean? It's not like, this is going to sound crazy. This is just logic here. It's not like the boys in our group who were taking Benavidez to stop Zerto. We've never seen that take place. Zerto's never been to the canvas. He's never been dropped. He's never been stomped. And people are taking Benavidez to stop him. I'm not. One of the reasons I'm not, well, there's a lot of reasons I'm not. One of the reasons I'm not aligns with this is we've never seen it. When we're thinking about betting and we're wagering our money, a lot, there should always be a variable of have we seen this path before? What is the pattern here? There's no pattern of Zerto getting stopped, especially by a guy who 3 fights ago was fighting a super middle. I don't see it. Now, with Inoue getting knocked down, there is a pattern here. We've seen it with our own eyes. Not only him getting knocked down, but him picking himself back up and then winning by knockout. So maybe I do like the prop Inoue to be knocked down and win. Is there a prop Inoue to be knocked down and then win by knockout? I would play that too. Don't you think stylistically Logan can cause more problems than Inoue due to his output? It's not necessarily the stylist. No, it's not. It's not necessarily the stylistic matchup, which I think Junto was struggling with. I think Junto was struggling with is we saw a chink in his armor psychologically. We saw a fighter for the first time second guess and question his game plan and have to overcome that. I mean, 2 of the judges had it 115 to 113. When you in the midst of a fight, as these fights heat up, a lot of times what will get a fighter over the edge and the cream will always rise is the mental component, the psychological component, adhering to a game plan, being able to adjust. I was quite shocked that Nakatani looked like he saw a ghost in between rounds, I think 5 and 6. Junto only looked bad in his last fight because the opponent. Anyway, would have a problem with Hernandez. I don't think so. I think I can't. I don't think he would struggle with Logan Hernandez at all. And we're about to all find out. Look, there's no reason. We're about to find out. I can tell you guys got your money on Junto, which is great. Andrew Hunt on points. Let's go. Halal ball. Let's go. The thing is, man, we've seen Benny get knocked out twice. And we saw him get knocked out against a guy that I don't think is on Andrew Hunt's level. That was only 2 years ago. Let me show you something. This is what worries me about the fight going the distance. Ben Hussein is a goddamn firefighter. Like, he's a cowboy. He's in goddamn wars. This is what he wants. He's a dog, dude. It was hard for me to bet against Ben Hussein. He's one of my favorite domestic Aussies to watch. He's fan friend. If you've never seen Ben Hussein fight, this guy just goes out on his sword, right? He got stopped against Lachlan Higgins. Granted, it was 5 fights ago. So he went through this. He got stopped against Mahoney in 2020. He got his jaw broken. And then 2 years later, he gets stopped again against Lachlan Higgins. Now, he's won every fight since the Lachlan Higgins knockout. And it is boxing. This is who knocked him out. So I think the knockout is in play. Junto would crush Bam is a crazy statement, mate. That's all I'm going to say about that. That's a crazy statement. Saturday night per this UFC. I think we're caught up. I got both monsters. It's about to be Halloween in April. High interest, $10 super chat. We up. Let them know. We still good. All right, so Tenio asks me, what is Samurai Spirit? So I challenge you, Tenio, if you read, I'm not only a writer and a publisher of books, I read a lot. One of my favorite books is called The Book of Five Rings. It's about the samurai Musashi. He talks about the Bushido spirit, Bushido. So when you say, what's the samurai spirit? I tell you, the samurai spirit, or Bushido, the way of the warrior, is a Japanese ethos rooted in loyalty, honor, fearlessness, acceptance of death, and self-discipline. It defined the samurai class through values like justice, compassion, respect, and duty, originating from battlefield experience and Zen Buddhism to guide daily conduct. Guys, I don't know if you've been to Japan. I've been there multiple times. It's not that far from where I live here. It's like 7-8 hour flight. And uh, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. The samurai spirit is in their combat sports athletes. It's you feel it when you watch. Go to Japan and watch a domestic Japanese boxing match. Watch boxing, Japanese boxing on TV. You'll see what I'm talking about. But it's a real thing, 100%. You can feel it when you're there too. Hey, how many times have anyway been clipped? They still fight at 120 or 126. Well, Junto Nakatani has only fought one time ever at 122. He came up from 108 to 112 to 115. His most recent version was 118. He fought Logan at 122. It was his first fight. This will be his second fight at 122. They were never fighting at 126. Anyways, never fought at 126. Do you think Shannon Ryan gets the win? Ask me tomorrow. First UFC card that will be at 4 a.m. for US is the US. Go Jack. What you doing? Live streaming. Johnny Singer breaks the stream over and over. And singing? Guys, I'm a madman. I don't know. I didn't know I was singing. It's just who I am. John Locke, what's up, buddy? Green was the worst so far this year. Kingdom. That will live. That pick will. At least we all went down with the ship together. Because, like, if you're in the Discord when Shadesha lost, it was like a somber, sorrowful moment, but at least it wasn't like hateful. You know what I mean? Like everybody was kind of laughing. It was like gallows humor. Like, I can't believe this shit it ruined everyone's parlays across the land. Oh, let's hopefully we got that out of our way. If you look, it happened to me once last year. Once. Caleb Plant. And if things like that happen once a year, I'll live with it. But let's not have that happen again anytime soon. A parlay killer. Guys, we're 50 minutes in. 80 of you guys are in here. Let's like this video for me. Let me know your questions. We got fights that go down in about 6 hours in Australia. We got the Pro Box card. We got the Benavidez card. We got the Japanese card. We got the Perth UFC card. A lot to talk about. I just uploaded my breakdown analysis and prediction of Benavidez versus Zerto. That's on the fight prediction playlist. Yesterday, if you haven't seen it yet, you would have seen my Inoue versus Junto breakdown. Tomorrow, I'll be uploading Jaime Munguia versus Armando Resendez, and there's more to get into. So if you're new to the channel, I say welcome. I see we got some new JSB insiders. If you're joined on the Patreon and you're not in the Discord and you already joined on the Patreon, DM me on the Discord. And for all the JSB insiders on YouTube, if you don't have the Discord link, I posted it in the members only section. Yo, opinions on Michelle Rodriguez fighting Andres Katsarakis is the dog. Yeah. I got to redeem myself with Michelle Rodriguez. If you know, you know. I'll get into that later. Someone from Duarte campus saying he gets it done within 6. Oh, okay, Kev. Let me look into it. I haven't seen it. Modern Gladiator, give us a good parlay. Well, I've given the boys six tickets so far. So if you're a JSB insider, you would have 6. Hussein on points. Nah, I like Andrew Hunt. Probably Hunt by knockout. Surprised I heard nobody. Sebastian was in a sparring partner. Logan. Huh. Fun fact, Logan Hernandez was whipping ass at the Ohashi gym, and they called Inoue to spar Hernandez. And word is he beat the shit out of Hernandez. Dude, Inoue, I am not trying to sell anybody on Inoue. I've told you this. I'm a bigger Juto fan for various reasons that I've spoken about before. I don't think Junto is on Inoue's level. I think Inoue is going to beat the dog piss out of Junto because of how brave Junto is. I don't think that style, I don't think he's going to be able to get away with sharpshooting at range. I definitely don't think he's going to be able to get away with sliding on the inside and trying to land that uppercut in the pocket with Inoue. I think Inoue's hand speed. I think Junto is going to hook with a hooker. I think Junto is going to hook with a hooker and get knocked out, and it could be it could be ugly. I don't see this fight. The closer we get, my boots are dug in. I don't see this fight going the distance. Okay. Sanime became a new YouTube member. My man, welcome, guys. We're approaching 500. The squad is growing. Get the Discord link. Coach Bermudez in the house. If you know, you know. Coach Bermudez has been a JSB insider for 9 months. Our squad knows how valuable Coach Bermudez is to the sport of boxing. This man is one of the best in the game. Google him, check him out. I don't want to put him on too much of a, put the shine too much, but Coach Bermudez is a legend. Wish we would have been able to link up in Sydney, man. I hit you up on Instagram when you were down here, too. If ever you come back to Australia, we definitely have to link up. Do you feel the spar experience Raymond has with Key and Shakur? No, I don't think so. I think the difference between Ford and Shock is that Raymond, granted, Raymond is still developing, and yes, it's very positive thing when you're sparring world class guys like Shakurstevenson, but at the end of the day, you still have to take your skill set into the ring. You could use that experience to help you in moments in a fight, but when you're a guy like Raymond Ford, who he's still leveling up. He's not a finished product by no means, and that's a great thing. He's a really, really good fighter, but he's still figuring things out. How we just watched him go from a guy who really didn't punch a lot, or the knock on him a few fights ago used to be like his volume was too low, to a guy who is punching more, and that's just sort of a testament to he's figuring things out. Shock Foster has figured things out. His style is peaking. His style is polished. And at this stage of the game, I think Foster's going to teach Savage some lessons in the sweet science of boxing. Coach Bermudez in the house. He's been in the house, man. He's been in the house. You know the squad we got out here. Do you feel spar experience? I like Tanaka. We'll get into that. Will you do a live with B? Yeah, tomorrow. The second live stream of the day. We'll bring Nick on. A lot of you guys are asking me about Jorge Chavez fight. We'll talk about. Look, guys, we'll talk about that tomorrow. We got Australia in a couple hours. Here's an Aussie question. Think Wiley gets a knockout? His opponent has been knocked down all 3 losses, but I'm not high on Wiley. Jake Wiley got knocked out. Okay, let me show you something. I got something for you. All right, so this is a dog I'm playing. This is insider information plus 550. Favesi Asako plus 550 against Jesse Bolt. Let me show you something. So this kid who's a 3-0 pro, 21 years old, with 3 knockouts, is a 6-1 favorite. Let's see who Jesse Bolt has fought. He fought a kid who was 1-1. He fought a kid who was 0-1, and he fought a kid who was 3-1. He's now fighting a guy who's 3-5. And on paper, you're like, okay, he's 3-0. He's doing it the right way. 3 knockouts. His next opponent, he's 3-5. Of course, he's a 6-1 favorite. Here's why you have to look deeper than that. Here's his opponent. This is Favesi Asako. He's 3-5. right? I didn't even know this fight was going down. I've said this already twice on this live stream. I woke up this morning, my buddy from Fight Hype messaged me about this fight and said Osaka's going to win this fight. I go, I don't even know who he is, but I'll do a sprinkle. I'll do a sprinkle. Look who he's beaten. Only 3 years ago, he knocked out Jake Wiley. So 2023, in the third round, Jake Wiley was down multiple times. Wiley was down once in the second, once in the third. Jake Wiley is a guy who, you want to talk about a manufactured record? You want to talk about a manufactured record? This is as manufactured as it gets. So when he got knocked out against Osaka, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, in his 9th pro fight, they were like, we have to build you back up. So to build him back up, he was given 1, 2, 3, 4 fights in 2023. 1, 2, 3, 4 fights in 2024. 1, 2. He fought 6 times in 2025. I mean, the Yusuf Dib decision victory is decent. The Paul Fleming draw, you could probably say he won that fight. Jake Wiley has one gear. He just has this one very domestic level. I mean, that one gear, him losing a decision to George Kambosos got him signed by Matchroom. Do I think he's going to knock out his opponent? I'm not playing that fight. Jake Wiley does not appear on any of my parlays. I guess I'll just leave it at that. Guys, I got to run. Best team in the land, JSB Insiders. We up.